I watched a new Deadpool. This is Jason versus Michael Myers, which is Friday the 13th versus Halloween. Two movies I haven't seen, but I have seen the characters. I know a little bit about them. I think in case of one of them, Jason, I think he has been in Mortal Kombat, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that's the case, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, I do know them to some extent. They're definitely serial killers in their own movies, series. And I'm sure they can survive a lot of stuff because, you know, they are definitely capable of a lot more stuff than an average human being. But most of the time they are basically just human beings. So yeah, happy Halloween, or happy late Halloween. By the time I'm posting this video. By the time I'm posting this video, or I mean recording this video, Halloween was yesterday, so yeah, I wasn't able to get it out then because I was busy doing art and that sort of thing. So yeah, Michael Myers and Jason, they're two interesting characters in themselves, I guess. As I said, they definitely have some serial killer vibes to them. I'm not sure who is more capable of winning here, but my knowledge is just a little bit limited when it comes to these two characters, but I do know about their existence. And when you think about horror type characters and basically what they are capable of, I think most of the time you'll be thinking of them, Freddy Krueger, and perhaps Scream or Ghostface. Maybe Slenderman, but mostly those first four I mentioned. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about these two characters as of right now because my knowledge is limited. So let's just go into analysis then and see what they are, what they could be capable of. So let's see who is going to win. But first, the analysis. So let's play. Oh, that's an interesting start.
The tale of Crystal Lake's masked murderer, Jason Voorhees, and the horrifying boogeyman of Haddonfield, Michael Myers. He's Whiz and I'm Boomstick.
So it's basically sitting by the campsite, and basically talking like they're telling ghost stories. So I guess they're not in the lab in this episode. That's interesting. I like that.
From the grave and slaughter those who live and love, if you know what I mean. This is the curse of Jason Voorhees. Rumor has it he was a deformed child, bullied and harassed all of his life, only cared for by his single
Michael Myers' face is made out of people's skins, right? That little mask he's wearing, I feel like it's made out of that sort of thing. I'll be figuring out the case, but I feel like I've seen or heard something about that being the case. While Jason is just wearing a hockey mask, basically just to hide his face or whatever. You know, basically to hide his. Yeah, it is definitely to hide his face, but I feel like based on those clips I've seen, like there's because his face is not so good looking.
Actually makes a lot of sense. Good for her, I guess.
However, even after her killing spree was cut short, the deaths continued. Nobody could prove it, but maybe, just maybe, Jason was still alive.
Oh, he is, apparently.
Wait, has he been living in the lake this whole time?
Jason has fortitude far beyond any normal man. You can swing an axe in his face, blast half his body away, or trap him in an exploding building. Yet it will all be in vain.
Even when one of the few survivors of his attacks hacked him to pieces, Jason rose again. Seriously, this happens a lot.
Nobody knows.
I guess it's some kind of maybe it's a little bit cursed then, considering that stuff doesn't kill him.
The Necronomicon, and some even say it's a hell worm. So, not too many reasonable answers.
Either way, be careful, or you just might end up on the wrong side of Jason's trusty machete. Something he uses with enough strength to split skulls and pierce metal.
Even when Jason has no weapon, he can be resourceful and oddly creative with his kills. He might bludgeon you to death with a sleeping bag, drown you in a garbage can, or snap you in half between a bedfold.
Worst of all, this demented mama's
He's a brutal character, which I expected though. He's a serial killer, but
well, think again, idiot. He can teleport.
No, he can't.
Oh yeah? Well, how about the time he appeared in multiple places at once around this dance floor? See? Teleporting.
Wrong. Hallucinations resulting from a mix of cocaine and panic.
Okay, smartass. How about when he teleported from one end of this ship to another? How'd he get there?
Actually, when watching the full scene for complete context, there is plenty of time afforded for Jason to jump down the deck while off camera. He is quite athletic after all.
What, without making any sound? The guy's built like he's made of 100...
yeah, that's kind of horror movie tropes actually. You can be running and doing stuff that usually just make a lot of noise. If you're a serial killer in a horror movie, you're soundless somehow.
In Jason X, where 3 soldiers are shooting him straight on, and he just disappears. Poof! Gone! While they're looking right at him, goddammit, it's teleporting.
Well, I'm sure there's a logical explanation.
I just stared at this scene while processing 900 trillion frames per second. And Boomstick is correct.
Ha!
Also, now my eyes are broken. Joy.
You know, Jason can actually teleport in the video games, so I believe it.
I suppose teleporting would explain how, despite his hulking size, Jason can move with ghostly silence and pick off victims one by one. Are you sure about this, dummy?
Where's Dummy?
Dummy. Either way, Jason's
Where's Dummy?
bloodlust makes him a horrifying threat.
Even if you think you're protected...
Or maybe he did the horror movie trope, you know, splitting up, walking out into the woods alone,
Deadlier Jason out there too.
and then got killed, you know, because that's something that always happens in horror movies.
Built from Jason's remains through a sinister fusion of science and mysticism. And guess what? Normal Jason later fought Uber Jason and actually held his own. Yeah, the comics get kind of wacky, just go with it.
Only natural for a monster that has fought other supernatural entities.
Like Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and the groovy
Well,
man
if-
himself, Ash Williams.
Indeed.
He fought both Leatherface and Freddy Krueger? That's interesting.
Through the darkness and hear a familiar run. Jason is out to find you, and chances are you are not leaving alive.
I guess not. Not when you're up against that guy.
On a blue
Okay, Michael Myers.
Michael
Let's
Myers
go.
returned to the world as a seemingly normal child. However, beneath his pale, blank face hid something dark, something evil.
How evil? Well, he stabbed his sister Judy to death when he was just 6 years old. Oh, what a rascal.
Michael was institutionalized at a sanitarium where he simply sat still, almost like a machine. His psychiatrist, Dr. Loomis, spent 8 years trying to reach him, but Michael never said a word.
But even when locked up, he still managed to get away with several murders, including Loomis's fiancée. There was no helping or stopping Michael. More than anything, he wanted to kill.
After 15
Yeah.
years, the night before Halloween, he broke out of the sanitarium, leaving behind one word: sister.
The story goes Michael had another sibling, Lori, and for some unknowable reason, he wanted her to suffer the same fate as Judy. And everyone else, really. He's not too picky, and he could do it too.
For in his hands, anything can be a deadly weapon.
Ow, that
Countless
looked
reports
painful.
of various murders have appeared across Haddonfield. He's exploded heads, boiled people alive, and used his trademark knife to stab poor souls to walls like some macabre piece of art.
When they say to admire your work, I don't think this is what they meant. And this isn't some special combat knife or dagger. He did this with an ordinary kitchen knife.
Michael is also surprisingly clever, despite being confined for nearly all his life. At some point, he apparently taught himself how to drive.
It's pretty clear this masked psycho was...
I guess that's not too uncommon though. Yeah, you can technically
All
do
these
that.
kills were just a
In a way, you kind of already are when you're getting to the point where you need to get your driver's license sort of thing. You are kind of teaching yourself how to drive. Yeah, you have a person there next to you so, that knows a bit more of that sort of thing, but in a way, you're learning it by yourself.
But the body simply vanished. only to return later that night as if nothing had happened.
There's a reason why they call him the Boogeyman.
Even after being set on fire and rendered comatose, Michael Myers would not be stopped.
Almost
Huh.
like he's some kind of invincible undead monster.
Many explanations have been given for Michael's strange abilities, but some less reputable sources suggest he's bound to the ancient druidic Curse of Thorn, whose symbol is, well, they say it's an ancient icon of Halloween, but it's actually the Norse rune for Thor, sometimes called the Thorn Rune. I think they just Googled rune and thorn and called it a day.
Whoa. Is Michael Myers a Viking? Yes! Awesome!
Curse or no curse, Michael is inexplicably driven to kill without hesitation, and his victims almost never see him coming.
You said, uh-oh.
I think the DBX guy disappeared.
The vague curse is nothing more than a crutch for the truth. The fact of the matter is, no one knows why he is so cruel, so violent, so unstoppable. He just is.
At the end of the day, evil gives no explanation, only despair.
Michael thrives not just on the satisfaction of murder, but the fear it inflicts in others.
Even scarier, his kills are done with surgical precision. He can murder you as quickly or slowly as he wants. This guy knows exactly what he's doing with that kitchen knife. He's like a hibachi chef of death.
And
Yeah.
yet, his attacks were almost brought to an end by Laurie herself. But when the time came for the final blow, Michael proved his intelligence and wit by faking his own death using a body double.
Whoa.
While getting his sister to commit murder for him. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed.
He's also either impossibly sneaky, or he can use teleportation, because he once moved through a yard full of motion sensors without setting off a single one, until he wanted to.
Look at this.
Yeah, he knows how to
Stopping him, fill him full of
go
bullets,
past
Michael will
sensors,
come back ready to
basically.
rip off your head. Put him in the center of an exploding church, he'll survive and go on to kill dozens more people, just for dramatic effect.
It was this relentless evil that made the people of Haddonfield go ballistic and band together to end Michael Myers once and for all.
Unfortunately, the town would soon realize that was just not possible.
Any ordinary person would have been long dead after what he experienced, but he took all of the town's punishment, got right back up, and went right back to doing what he does best.
And you know what's the creepiest part about all this? They never caught him. He's still out there looking for his next prey, I assume.
So every Halloween night, lock your doors, turn off your lights, and pray you'll make it to morning. Because the boogeyman is real, and his name is Michael Myers.
Yeah, better watch out. Hope you manage to stay away from him this Halloween.
It's days like these I wish I could sail the French Riviera, speaking French with the
Hope he wasn't his next victim, basically.
Italian, Greek, Mandarin, Farsi, and
you barely know how to speak English.
Alright, so these two characters has a lot of similarities.
it's never too late to start.
And they survive a lot of the same things.
App that sold more than 10 million subscriptions.
I'm gonna let the app play,
Addictively fun and easy
and then we're gonna make a decision.
you can finally cross learning that new language off your list.
But,
Did you know Le Chen is
yeah.
French for the Chen?
This could be interesting, to say the least. Interesting.
Language in as little as 3 weeks.
Babbel's lessons were created by over 150 language experts and are voiced by real native speakers, not computers.
And Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. Start your language learning journey today.
Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/deathbattle.
That's babbel.com/deathbattle for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
So, okay. So after watching this analysis, what are they capable of? Well, they can both survive being caught on fire. They both survive being blown up, basically. Stabbed to death. They both can survive that sort of thing. The difference here between those two characters is definitely how they kill people. Yeah, it's definitely the way to kill people. While Jason can be very creative with his killing, Michael is killing in more traditional ways, it seems like, but it's still... Yeah, okay, but these two characters definitely seem to be doing a lot, even to survive a lot of the same things. I mean, yeah, the stuff I mentioned, and they are still getting up. It doesn't seem like they had anything going against one or another. They seem perfectly matched in many, many ways. I mean, when you are... Okay, when you get stabbed multiple times, like both of these two characters had, where you usually will be dead, they still come back and do more of their stuff. Okay, as impressive or scary as these two characters are, I think I'm leaning towards Jason here. I don't know, this could really go either way, because this seems to be so perfectly matched. I mean, they surviving so many of the similar things. Yeah, there is no way this really can go either way. But I feel like when it comes to, you know, both of them seem to be able to teleport of some kind. Even though Jason had that thing in the comics or the games or whatever, Michael Myers seems to be able to do it. He can't. All the sensor stuff won't alert him unless he wants it to. So, yeah, and they both somehow, you know, when they are like Jason, who can run up on the roof, on a boat or whatever, run there and jump right on and stand there in front of the boat without making a sound. And then you had Jason moving towards, moving through the sensors and not making a sound. They both are stealthy, to say the least. But yeah, I am leaning more towards Jason on this one. But Michael Myers might as well just be the one to win this one. I mean, they are so similar when it comes to stuff they survive. And they seem like they're so similar too when it comes to their speed. Okay, yeah, I know they didn't mention anything about how fast or how, you know, that sort of thing. They mentioned nothing about TNT as far as I remember, but that doesn't matter. The point is, I think Jason has the advantage here. It doesn't seem like he is killable. No, this could be one of those death ball sends in a jaw, but I don't think it's going to be the case. My guess is Jason. Jason is going to win this one. The hockey mask killer is going to win, and the skin mask killer is going to die. They didn't mention anything about that here though, by the way, the whole mask of Michael being made out of people's skin. But I heard about something like that. Maybe they said something about that in the corner or through the sidebar, but I missed it if that's the case. Or maybe they mentioned it afterwards. But I'm positive that's a fake. I'm positive that's the case. I feel like I heard, something about that. So I assume that's the case, but anyway. Jason's going to win, so let's get this over with. Alright, let's go and play.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
We're faced with
Another ad break?
all the time, especially these days.
That's interesting, they had 2 ad breaks.
Because of that, it can be overwhelming.
Okay, so there's one ad break after analysis of characters, then it closes the door, opens it again, and here comes another ad break.
Big or small.
Therapy can be a
That's
great way to work through the
interesting.
problems you've been dealing with in your personal and professional life.
So an extra long ad break, basically. Alright, I'm gonna let this one play too.
Anxiety or depression, or even just unload
But
stress from the week.
yeah, Jason is the one to win this one here.
Talking with your therapist can serve as a rest
He is going to win, I'm gonna stick with that. But I feel like it could be one of those matches that end up being close though.
BetterHelp is a
It
great
definitely
option.
could be the case that it's going to be a close match.
Totally online.
All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to get matched with a therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time.
Better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/deathbattle today to get 10% off your first month.
That's betterhelp.com/deathbattle.
Alright, so let's get into the death
The
battle.
tales have been told and terror runs free. Let's see which monster will stalk another day.
Yeah, it's time for a death battle! Are you okay, Boomstick?
Mother is talking to you. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
The possible both these two characters are cursed in some way. Seem to survive so many things. I'm expecting a lot of murder. Innocent people getting killed. I think she's dead. I'm not sure, but I think she's dead. Whoa, okay, fight! Just... Alright.
Alex! Where are you? We gotta go!
Whoa. I think you gotta run. You have two killers after you. And they're also trying to kill each other. You know, I'm positive they're split up. That's why they're getting killed. Okay. Oh, I think you're dead. I think he's dead too.
Kill him, Jason. Kill him. Make Mother proud.
Oh. Okay. There's a lot of stabbing. Oh, his head is gone. Is that Endo or was it the fake? Was it the real guy? Okay, there was no puppet then.
Okay, are we sure he's dead? Can't be too careful with these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Won't be rising from the grave this time. Jason was too much for him. The stories may paint these slashers as unstoppable, but they do have limits and can be understood.
To Michael's credit, he could match Jason in a lot of ways. Both were experts in methods of killing, and both could totally teleport.
Theoretically, though if both of them really could teleport, then neither had an advantage in that regard. So teleportation deniers can rest easy knowing it wasn't really a factor here.
Even the explosions they both survived were similar in size and destructibility.
But Jason held the edge with his superior endurance and healing. Michael faking his death with a body double was clever, but he did it because he explicitly could not survive something like decapitation or getting half his torso blown off.
But Jason
Okay.
also had more experience fighting other supernatural enemies like Leatherface, Freddy, and his uber self. So I doubt Michael could have surprised him with something he's never seen before.
Actually, now I come to think about it, maybe it's Leatherface's face that's made out of people's skin. And not Jason, and not Michael Myers.
In a battle
Well, it's
between
both of them,
two
I think,
unkillable
but-
monsters, it's only natural it would come down to who was more unkillable.
After being ripped to pieces, Michael could now rip in peace. Right, Jocelyn?
Oh, she's gone too.
Jocelyn? Hello?
The winner is Jason Voorhees.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Jason.
for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup next week. But you can always get more Death Battle right
It's a
now.
bloody death
One
battle.
of those boxes
That's for
right
sure.
over there. And by
It was
downloading
next
battle
there?
music linked down below.
Oh. Alright. I was right though. Jason definitely had the advantage here. But yeah, they did seem perfectly matched. I guess Jason was just a little bit more impressive when it comes to stuff he can survive, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, did they mention the fact that Michael's head cut actually does kill him? You know, in analysis. Can't understand why would say that, because, you know, it wouldn't change my opinion about who I felt was going to win here either way, but yeah, okay, I can totally see him not being able to survive that. Well, it definitely seemed like this said something about that with Jason, and he did survive that sort of thing. He just come back. Yeah. So yeah, about the analysis, I did like it. It was fine. Interesting seeing that Vincent Boomstick was in the woods. You know, by the campfire, basically telling stories. You know, basically not in the lab for this episode. It really works because, you know, it's a Halloween themed episode and it really works with these two characters too. The animation, I did like it. It was not half a bad animation. It was a little bit stiff here and there. I noticed that. So yeah, there's some moments here and there definitely didn't seem as seem a little bit stiff, but that's fair enough. They're still fine enough character. The animation was still fine. I did still enjoy the animation. So good on you, animators, for putting up an awesome death ball. 2 people, innocent people. I predicted basically that some innocent people will be involved in this and get killed, and that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this one. I mean, I did enjoy the episode. I think it's a alright episode. I don't know if it's my favorite episode yet, but it's definitely not so far away, I guess. It was a bloody death ball, that's for sure. But that's kind of to be expected though, when you have 2 serial killers like these 2 characters are. Of course, I was also thinking about the fact that Michael Myers' face might actually be made out of people's skins, but it's possible I'm mistaking that. Because when I come to think about it, actually, there might be Leatherface that has that thing, where his mask is made out of people's skin. Or maybe both of them has that, I don't know. But one of the 2 at least has that thing, where people's face are made, or his mask is made out of people's skin. So, yeah, that's kind of disturbing when I come to think about it. So yeah, about the next time though, I don't know these 2 characters. I really don't know them. Here's the thing. Lord of the Rings. Sauron. I don't know him. I don't watch Lord of the Rings. I watched a movie not too long ago, or forever ago, I don't remember when. Obviously there was a movie that was going on TV at that time, but basically I was thrown right into a war scene, so probably why I didn't feel like the series was my cup of tea. It just didn't, you know. Of course, there are other stuff in Lord of the Rings. I don't think the Lord of the Rings really are for me personally. Yeah, just not a series I too interested in. There is also Hobbit, which is a prequel or whatever to Lord of the Rings, but there are Lord of the Rings and I'm not interested in that, so yeah, it's great though for the fans, of course. If you like it, that's great. Just not for me. World of Warcraft, I do know this game. I have not played it, but I have seen a lot of stuff from it. There might already have been another World of Warcraft character in not in Smash, but in that ball before. I think the first episode of this season, she was in World of Warcraft, right? No. That's League of Legends. I think that was League of Legends. So, yeah. Is League of Legends and World of Warcraft some similar games? I feel like they are. I feel like they're very similar games. I feel they're both mobile games. Might be wrong though. Anyway. Or maybe I'm mistaking actually, because I never really played World of Warcraft. And I seen some stuff from it forever ago, but I seem to remember being similar to League of Legends. But maybe I'm mistaking. Maybe I'm misremembering that. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know these two characters. I'm going into the next episode completely blind. Not literally, but I'm going into the next episode blind, and I don't know if any of these two characters are. So I am looking forward to seeing whoever they are and whatever they might be capable of. It's coming on November 13th, okay. So that reaction should be out the upcoming weekend for myself personally. Okay. So yeah, I guess that was that. Interesting depot. I did like it overall. And let me know what you thought about that by posting down in the comments below. Link to the description is down below, as well as in the corner. And yeah, and I hope you guys did enjoy my reaction. Don't forget to like, comment, that'd be nice down there, and share too if you want to do that. That will really help out. It can help my channel grow. And with that said, I think that's it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I get over to the next episode whenever, you know, something, you know, when that comes out. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy late Halloween, and I see you guys in the next video. Mina240 signing out.